hear from you. When can I call you? I'm on, I'll be in my office in 2 hours. Can we talk then? So people today don't expect certainly what I, being educated in the 50s and 60s kind of learned was the way to do things. Now it's kind of quick, and they just want to know that you're alive and you're there for them and you're going to call, and then it becomes a much more intimate type of relationship. So anyway, these are, and obviously there's a lot of emphasis here on lending. So I want to close with just a couple of comments. One is, we will have a housing shortage in California sometime in the next 10 years. Not exactly sure when it's going to happen, but if you look at this data and see that since 2004, new construction has dropped over 80%, and we're still having lots of babies in California. There's a much greater household density going on with people doubling and tripling up, but at some point, people are going to be looking for homes again, and we're going to need to build more. And then this is a slide from the Census Bureau showing you the shaded areas are recessions, national recessions. The data starts in the mid-50s. And then overlaid on top of that are U.S. housing starts. And what you can see pretty clearly is housing starts are a precursor to a downturn, and they're also a leading indicator in a rebound. And we are seeing improvement. And again, this isn't going to be a V. If you heard the news this morning, the new home sale number was really disappointing. The markets are freaking out. But this is going to be a volatile situation over the next year or two, because there are just so many things pushing the markets. Finally, my favorite thing is being able to coordinate our strategic planning committee, and we always read a lot of great books. So what we've read so far this year is a book called Strategy and the Fat Smoker. And I just read the first paragraph of this book, and I thought, this is it, because this book is about the fact that everybody knows what to do. It's translating that into action. I am always amazed at events where there's a panel of top producers, and they are never hesitant or shy about telling you what they do. It's not a secret. It's just that it's hard to do. It's hard to do. So how do you trick yourself? How do you change your patterns? Anyway, they seem to be enjoy this book. We're currently reading a book by Chip and Dan Heath. They write a monthly column in Fast Company. They wrote Made to Stick a couple years ago about communicating a message that people actually remember. And this Switch is just an amazing book. There are just so many great stories in it about change. And I'll just give a really simple example. This large corporation that makes things in manufacturing, and this guy's in charge of getting a handle on costs. And he's looking at how much is spent on gloves for the employees. And it ranges from a low of like $4 to a high of like $19. And he's like, this is ridiculous. We've got to, but then it's kind of like herding cats. Everybody's got their own thing and their own gloves and blah, blah, blah. And so what he does is he calls a meeting, he brings everybody in, and in the middle of the conference table are 400 pairs of gloves, and they all have a price tag attached. He got the policy changed. That's what made the difference. So anyway, that's been fun. A linchpin, Seth Godin has written a lot of kind of management, rah-rah marketing books. The Purple Cow and Small is the New Big, and he's been around a long time. This book is fabulous. This book is about how the world of work has changed from, and again, I always feel a little bit shy about discussing this book in front of an entrepreneurial crowd, because you get it. You are linchpins. But for many years, from the Industrial Revolution until maybe 20 years ago, as long as you showed up and did what you were told, the company took care of you, right? That world is long gone. There are no more good jobs where you show up and someone tells you what to do. It's all about making connections and making things happen, and that's what this book is about. It's very inspiring. Finally, Grown Up Digital. Don Tapscott wrote The Digital Economy about 10 years ago. One of the favorite lines there for me was, technology is anything you didn't have as a teenager. And this book is more, you know, I mean, he wrote Wikinomics, and just one of the takeaways that I just loved about this book is he's talking about his son calling him into his bedroom, and he's got, he's in front of his computer screen, and there's Mars, you know, from Hubble up on the screen. And he's like, Dad, look. And Don like talks about what goes on in his head. You know, it's like, oh my God, they fixed Hubble, and Hubble went to Mars, and Hubble is, you know, it was all about Hubble. And his son says, Dad, isn't Mars amazing? And that's the difference, you know. You've probably been in meetings already where it's like, how many of you have a wristwatch? Well, if you're under 25, you're not wearing a wristwatch, because who wants to wear a device that only does one thing? Maybe two things, it might have the date too, but for these younger kids, it's like, why would you have a one-function device, right? Why, who needs that? So anyway, this program will block you from seeing anything I don't want you to see on the internet. Will you install it for me? And again, this is from the late 80s. If it were more current, it would be, I thank you all for laughing because I can't get rid of this slide. I just think it's so funny. If it were today, it would be, will you download it for me, right? Will you? Yeah, so anyway. And then, can you hang on a sec? I think I just took another picture of my ear. Okay, last thing, you know, we've redone our website. We know that 90% of the 200,000 plus hits that we get on our website every month are doing what? They're going to zip forms. They're not going to all this fabulous information that we're slaving away to put up for you. So, please go and check out our website. Don't look at my market video. So, but other than that, you can look at everything else. And we have a market response center where we're putting up tons and tons of information about things going on in the market that you probably will be interested in. So I encourage you to do that. I also hope you'll check out market data. That's my department. That's all the surveys and the research and links and the forecast, and every time someone in my area goes out like this and speaks, the presentation, I know Sunny's already posted it for you guys on your website, but it's also on CAR's website, and a month or two from now you can go down and pull down someone else's speech and look at fresh data, so that's always available to you as well. So anyway, it's really been great to be here. Thank you for coming. Thank you guys for the wonderful event that you put on this morning, and thank you.